Today I want to talk about release cues. So in our How to Calm Your Canine program, we use release cues with the dog coming out of the crate or doing a structured sit at the doorway. In our Canine Mind Shift program, we introduce a release cue with our implied sit. This dog is younger. He doesn't know the bed exercise as well as the dogs behind me. All of these dogs behind me have been well versed in this exercise and they're all social with each other. And the reason they're out is I'm going to show you what to do if you have multiple dogs in the house with release cues later on after I show you how to introduce it with him. So he's seen this before in the context of sitting. If I say sit, good, he understands that. Break, that's his release cue. Most people use either break or free. We strongly encourage you not to use okay for a release cue because it's very colloquial. You're often saying, good boy, buddy. You're often saying okay in daily life and then the dog gets a little bit confused. So we started introing this bed earlier today and I wanted to show you how to use the release cue in the context of the bed. So he gets on the bed, he did that on his own, he got reinforced, and then I'm going to say night, break, good. And I'm going to make sure he gets off the bed. The reason of introducing a release cue is it teaches the dog that they have to stay in one place or hold a certain behavior. So I'm going to be here, good boy, he doesn't know it yet, so I'm not cueing it, and then to release him out of it, night break, good boy. So to show you the release cue with multiple dogs, I'm going to go put him in a crate, good boy, buddy, because he doesn't have the self-control to stay on the bed and the understanding to stay on the bed when I work these other dogs, but I want to give you guys some ideas of working with multiple dogs with release cues at home. That was excellent. Night break. Good. Okay, so I want to explain to you guys what to do if you have multiple dogs in the household, because you can use the same release cue with 2 or more dogs, but they have to know that it's their turn versus another dog's turn. So this side of the room, even though Night has gone outside, knows B-R-E-A-K, and this side of the room knows the release cue F-R-E-E. So when you're first introducing a certain dog's release cue versus another dog, you're going to say their name first and then their given release cue. I would recommend that you reinforce the dog that remains in the behavior as you release the other dog out of the behavior, if that makes sense. So I'm going to come over here to my B-R-E-A-K section of the room, and if I release this dog, whose name is Creature, off the bed, I'm going to give Rad a treat. Creature, break. Nice. So Creature got off the bed, he stayed on his bed, and he got a cookie for remaining there, and then I got back to her. Creature, get on your bed. Okay, same thing if I go to this side of the room, and I'm going to deal with the dogs that Scott and I have worked with F-R-E-E. If I'm releasing one dog, I'm reinforcing the other dogs so they understand that it wasn't their turn to get off. And sometimes when you're first introducing this, you may have to release the dog next to the dog that's remaining in his behavior and just start Pez dispense feeding that dog right away to let them know they did the right thing. So for instance, I'm going to release my dog, Sink, back here, and if I say Sink free, I'm going to start feeding Jimmy right away. Good. Hop up on your bed. Nice. Good. Settle. If you're to the point where you don't have to be Pez dispensing your dog to stay on the bed, when you do release your dog from a farther distance, you should expect the other dogs to stay on the bed. If you haven't trained to that point, whether you're releasing the dog from the crate or from the bed or wherever, don't test it and just see what happens. You really want the dogs to have a clear understanding of this behavior before you spice it up a little bit. So if I'm going to release my dog in the back, Sink free. Good girl. Nice. Good job. She went into a settle on her own. I'm going to make sure I feed all these other dogs that are doing a good job because they're the ones that did the hard work here. Good girl. Good boy. Good. The boys are nice and relaxed. The girls are the crazy ones. If you guys have any questions about any of this, feel free to let us know, but it is very possible to use the same release cue for multiple dogs if you just say that individual dog's name before the release cue. I hope this helped you guys a little bit, and we look forward to hearing about your successes.